Still coughing. Welcome to Kidmissing TV. I'm your host, Angelina Wilson. Today we're going to talk about the case of Judith Hyams. She vanished from Coral Gables, Florida on September 14, 1965. She had found out she was pregnant about a month before, and she was single, which was an absolute no-no at that time. There was a major stigma for that. On the day of her disappearance, she said she was going shopping for a watch and withdrew $300 from her bank account. In actuality, she was going to have an abortion, which was illegal at that time. 3 weeks later, her rental car was found parked in Atlanta, Georgia, 650 miles north of Coral Gables. It had been at that location for at least 3 days, and there were traces of blood in the back seat. Witnesses stated a man had parked the car there and left it there after removing a duffel bag from the trunk. The man appeared to be in his 30s, but has never been identified. Oh my God. The man who was supposed to have performed her abortion wasn't even a doctor. He opened a covert clinic after immigrating from Hungary and was arrested 3 months after her disappearance for forgery and impersonating a physician. So, yeah, not good. And he jumped bail and probably went back to Hungary. Police found a letter they received credible that said that she had been dumped in Biscayne Bay in Miami after the botched abortion killed her. But, on the other hand, there have been tips to say she's alive and well and living in Omaha, Nebraska. Okay. What's going on with my glasses? Sorry. Um, 24 years later, there was an anonymous phone call. In March of 1990, let's see what this phone call said. From a man identifying himself as Steve Brown, a radio talk show host in Omaha. Brown told Captain Schurer that he had recently received information about the disappearance of Judith Hyams. See, this is Hyams, everything else is Hyams. I don't know what to believe. Since Schurer had never heard of the case, he told Brown he would do some research and get back to him. So, Brown provided 2 phone numbers where he could reach him. When Schurer called Brown back at his radio station, Brown denied ever phoning him and claimed to know nothing about the Judith Hyams case. The second phone number the caller provided was Brown's home number, which was unlisted. Even though only a handful of people knew his home number, Brown had no idea why someone would impersonate him. 2 days later, Schurer received a call from an anonymous female who reportedly said, Judith Hyams is alive and she lives in Omaha, before hanging up. The previous week, Schurer had traveled to Grand Island, Nebraska to deliver a lecture at a police academy and wondered if that had any connection to these calls. And he reopened the investigation. And then a story about the case ran in the local paper. Wow. He soon received another anonymous call from a man Claiming to be an informant for the FBI, the caller said he had recently spent several weeks with George Haju in Budapest, which is the capital city of Hungary, by the way, and provided a phone number for him. When Schurer contacted Interpol, they confirmed the number did belong to a George Haju, but he could not be located in January 1991. The case was featured on Unsolved Mysteries. I do not remember that. And the police department received a letter which read, quote, Judith Hyams is not alive. She came in for an abortion and was given an injection of anesthetic to which she had an immediate allergic reaction. Everything that could be done was done. However, the reaction was fatal. The body was disposed of in Biscayne Bay. Even though the writer never came forward, they considered the letter to be credible. Huh. That is so weird. And there's no phone number for this. Oh, yes, there is. Okay, good. The Coral Gables Police Department, 305-442-1600. That's 305-442-1600. That is so utterly weird. So there are two possibilities. She ran off to Omaha to have a baby where nobody knew her, which makes sense in one way, because you could say the father, you had been married and the father died or whatever. You could come up with some sort of story to explain being a single parent if you were somewhere where you weren't known. So that's definitely a possibility. Okay, this is Pensacola. So that's definitely a possibility. It's also a great possibility that she died during the abortion. So it's sad. It's truly sad and disturbing. And I wish there were more answers, But there aren't. Unfortunately. Maybe by getting this case out there will be. I am going to look for the Unsolved Mysteries so I can watch it. And if I see anything new on the Unsolved Mysteries, I will add it to April's updates. Thank you so much for joining me. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you next time. Please consider subscribing to both of my channels and hitting those bells. I'm trying to get to 500 on this channel and 200 on Punky's World by Memorial Day. Bye, guys. God bless you.